You've seen the title. Yes, yes, and yes. I know you're confused, so I want to use this video to explain a few things, and hope to help you decide which one of these fab lenses in front of me should you get for your Micro Four Thirds camera. Yeah, let's do this. Hi, my name is Cheng, a photographer and filmmaker. This channel is about sharing my 16 years of experience in the commercial world, with an aim to help you become a better photographer, videographer, or both. I also review techs and gadgets to help you get those shots and videos better and quicker. You will also see a lot of Olympus and Micro Four Thirds gear in this channel too, because I'm their ambassador. So smash that subscribe button and hit that bell to stay notified for all my upcoming contents. This section will be the shortest that I've ever done. Laowa is a premium lens manufacturer from China, and just to summarize my assessment on the build quality of these three lenses here, well, they are as good as lenses can be made. Full metal and solidly put together. Focus rings are all nice and smooth, and yeah, pretty well damped too. So they are great, and there's nothing to separate them in terms of build quality. But just be mindful that both 7.5mm and 9mm are full manual with aperture rings, and the 10mm is half electronic with contacts on the lens mount so you can control the aperture via the dials on the camera. Therefore, there's no aperture ring on the 10mm lens. Since this lens is relatively new and I can't speak for the durability, but as I mentioned multiple times before, a full manual lens is very easy to maintain and fix even if there's a problem. Electronic can be a little bit troublesome if something goes wrong. So, just a thought. Out of the three lenses, the 9mm is the largest and heaviest, solely because this is an adapted lens within the Laowa's lineup. It is originally designed for APS-C sensor cameras, hence the larger size. On the other hand, both 7.5 and the new 10mm are both made specifically for Micro Four Thirds. The latter is actually the second official Micro Four Thirds lens release after Laowa joined the alliance in 2020. Hence, they were able to finally design a lens with electronic contacts to talk to the camera. But in terms of handling, I think any of these three lenses would be fine with any Micro Four Thirds camera, purely due to the weight and size. Right, here perhaps I will spend a little more time to explain. While all three lenses have great image performance, there are some subtle differences between them. For instance, the 9mm and the new 10mm are both 0D lenses, which means that they are optically corrected to produce distortion-free images. This is always a preference in lens design, but often at a cost. But luckily, Laowa didn't ask an arm or a leg for them. On the other hand, the 7.5mm isn't. There is a slight barrel distortion that you may want to correct in post if it bothers your image, like if you're using it to shoot architectural stuff for instance. But you can always get away with landscape and documentary photography. If you need to produce images that consist of a lot of straight lines, then perhaps the 9 or the 10mm would be more suitable. Yes, you can correct distortion in post for the 7.5 lens, but you will start to lose a few pixels. Therefore, if you need to squeeze every pixel to work its hardest, then perhaps the 9 or the 10mm is a better choice. Next is the aperture. 9mm is the slowest of the bunch with a maximum of 2.8 aperture. Both 7.5 and the 10mm are f2. So if low light photography is what you do, you can almost rule out the 9mm straight away. In terms of outright image performance, they all have the same Laowa sharpness, rendering and resolving power, so there are little to differentiate them. Laowa's decision to make these three lenses for Micro Four Thirds was a little weird. As they are very close to each other in terms of focal length, it makes the whole purchase decision process extremely difficult. But having said that, while I love them all, if I have to pick one of them and discard from my list, it would have to be the 9mm. Since now that we have the proper Micro Four Thirds version of the 10mm and at f2, suddenly the 9mm becomes less appealing. However, I'll still keep this 7.5mm though, as it's quite a bit different to the 10mm, and it's also the smallest and the lightest of the bunch, and also quite a bit wider than the 10mm too. So if you're looking for an ultra wide prime for your camera, either of these two lenses is great. The choice for now is more to do if you want electronic aperture control or a full-on hands-on manual shooting experience. That's it folks, hope you enjoyed this comparison video and a little more clear on which lens is more suitable for your needs. Let me know what you think about these three lenses, and have you got any of them, or are you planning to get one? Now you know what to do. Thumb if you like this video and sub if you want to support this channel and me. Peace! Okay.